I need to know. Will really is a good supporter here because of the heads that it gives.
Nani?
What? Hi guys, I go by Bunny, which is a childhood nickname given by my sister, and I like style and I like Pokemon. Today I wanted to talk a bit about Pokemon TCG Pocket. That is probably one of my most opened app on my phone, and I do tend to play multiple times a week, not every day, but I do tend to play multiple times a week. But I really also do love the art. So I'm going to show you a couple of my favorite decks and then my favorite cards, which has my favorite art as well, but they are also about my favorite Pokemon. I'm gonna refer to my phone here because I only have the app here, so I'm gonna screen record. So don't mind me looking at the screen. So first I'm gonna show you a couple of decks that actually do earn me some wins as well. These are my favorite decks to use, and the first one is something that I feel like a lot of people use. It is my Pink Earlies deck, so it's Sylveon and Espeon based. And the second one is something that I feel like a lot of people don't really use because the Pokemon in there, all the cards, they aren't as good. But I have actually racked up some wins with that as well. So the Pink Girl is this first one. I have two Sylveon EXs, two Espeon EXs, a regular Sylveon, EVs, of course, EV backs, supporters. The Espeon EX with the ability Psychic Healing is such a good one, and the Sylveon's Happy Ribbon obviously gives you free card pulls, so that's amazing. And regular Sylveon is to counter basically Oricorio. It's a fun deck. Then my favorite deck, I'd say, it's this one. It's called Fish Girlies, and here I have Poplio, I have Phoebus, I have Primarina, Mantike for free water energy, and then Suicune EXs. This is a very nice deck. I have also both Cyrus and Sabrina in this deck. I like to run both of them. And then Irida. I love this supporter card. It's so pretty and, heals 40 damage. Then Primarina with the ability Melodious Healing is amazing here. And also I use Milotic because of the healing ripples, and the card art is simply stunning here. Suicune EX with the Legendary Pulse is amazing for free card pulls, and I just love this immersive art. It's fantastic. I love it. I love the little extra Pokemon, and especially the underwater with Totodile and Marill. It's such an amazing art. I don't know, the underwater picture really does it for me for this one. And the Legendary Pulse is quite good as well, because if you have your hand full, it's good damage, and especially if your opponent as well has their hands full. I'm checking up the illustrator. It's Mele for this one. And I'm also looking up the Milotic illustrator as well. It's Yashiro Nanako. I love this Primarina EX card as well. Primarina is... well, it's not one of my favorite Pokemon, but I do really like this. TCG Pocket has really made me love Primarina quite a bit. And I do really love to use my Fish Girlies deck. It is my favorite. It's more up there than the Pink Girlies one. I do love them both. And Pink Girlies is definitely, I'd say, better of the two. It's more sure to win. And I did get myself to Master Ball rank with the Pink Girlies one. But the Fish Girlies is as well something that really earns me some wins. But now I do want to show you a couple of my favorite decks that aren't really they aren't bad. I've earned some wins, but since the meta is changing, it's hard and hard to rack wins with these decks. But I do love some of these arts in these decks, and I do love these Pokemon. And these are just fun decks for me to use. So here is mostly my Tink deck. which Will is amazing here because you are guaranteed heads with a coin flip. I really love Tinkaton EX's art, and then Dialga EX is here because of the Metallic Drooper, some free energy, and the other Tinkaton EX is great as well. I just love these arts. Then Pichu is there for some free energy as well. That is a nice deck. Again, like I mentioned, it's not something that earns me too much wins these days, but I do like to dabble with it. Then I have my C-pop deck, which is, well, mostly based on Gyarados because I do like Gyarados a lot. So I have Gyarados, and this shiny is something that I really like. It's amazing. And this one, I like the art style because, you know, there is this ship. It's very Pokemon Kanto Season 1, basically. Misty is one of my favorite, well, characters in Pokemon. I like Misty. And I do really wish I had a full art, but I don't. Starmie EX is good because, you know, retreating is free, but it's, I'm not saying that it's good card. It was quite good once upon a time, but right now it's not amazing. Then I'm hopping straight to my Kingdra Baby deck, which is something that I also like to use because I love Kingdra as a Pokemon and I love the Kingdra EX art style. Then I also have Vaporeon here in this deck, mainly again to encounter something like Oricorio. And I do really enjoy this style as well. I mean, this art, it is wonderful. I tend to love, like I mentioned before, the underwater themes in cards. And I do like cards that have naturey background as well. Who is the artist of this one? Let's look it up. Chibi. Just Chibi. This is illustrated by Takumi Wada. And it's so beautiful. Stormy Prison is quite good if you just can get Kingdra online. Then, again, one deck that I like to use is called Frog Prince. And I have my Polys here. Actually, Politoed and Poliwrath are one of my favorite Pokemon. And they are quite good here. But again, you have to get the Poliwrath online. If you don't, you're in trouble. But I run this deck with Politoed and dual energy. I've seen other people use Lucario in this deck because you can hit harder with Poliwrath. Even though I have Mantike in there, I prefer the dual energy deck with Politoed for loudly cheering. Oh, and look at this Poliwrath EX art style. The green is very unique. There aren't a lot of green cards like that. It's very beautiful, and when you just look through your cards, the green really pops. I like it a lot. It's beautiful. Now I want to show you some of my binders. So this one is called Aqua Sparkle. It has my favorite water Pokemon that, well, the Pokemon aren't necessarily my favorite, but I love these arts. And first up is Squirtle. I really do love this art a lot. It's beautiful. And it is illustrated by Taira Akitsu. Squirtle is a Pokemon that, I don't know why, but I hold it quite dear to my heart. I don't have any tattoos and I don't intend to get any, at least right now, but if I wanted one, I think I probably want something with a Pokemon theme or a combination of Pokemon and Studio Ghibli. The Pokemon in question would probably be Squirtle. It's cutie. I like the Squirtle line, although, like, you know, Wartortle is amazing with the ears and the tail, and then Blasters kind of lose that. But Blasters is still like my favorite chunky boy. I have Wartortle in my Legend ZA team. He is called Tsunami, and I'll be having a Mega Blastoise. Then I'm gonna show you Octillery. This is a lovely card. Octillery isn't a Pokemon that I use in TCG Pocket, but I really do like that illustration. Quillfish is also a Pokemon that I actually have never used in TCG Pocket, but I love this style because it's a different one. It's a bit serene, you know, with the background, but then there is the angry Quillfish looking at you, so it's fun. Very beautiful card. Lapras is also, again, very fun. You know, there is the surfing Pikachu in the background. The illustrator for that one is Haru Akasaka. Now, this Vaporeon is amazing. I don't use this these days much, but the washout ability was again very good at some point. It's very fun. And this Vaporeon I want to show you because I like the rainbow effect. Playful. Now for my shinies, I do love my Gyarados EX shiny, but I really want to have the shiny Articuno because that is my favorite. I like the Garchomp shiny as well. But yeah, about the birds, Articuno is my favorite of the three, and I managed to get Zapdos and Moltres. I need the Articuno as well. Now I'm gonna show you some of my favorite cards that aren't in any binders or in my decks. Well, actually some of these, I'm not sure, we'll have to see when I go through them. Some of these might be in some of my decks, but I don't think so. But these are like honorable mentions about the art that I really like. And first one is this Lunala EX. It's eerie and it's dark. Actually, at some point I did use Lunala, but I think I don't have her anymore in any of my decks. Lugia is one of my favorite Pokemon. It's my favorite legendary, and I love this immersive art. It shows like the rage of the sea. It's beautiful. And oh my god, I would just love to hear the Lugia song in the background. Obviously, the music is different when you look at this immersive art, but the Lugia song is so great. It's such a beautiful track. Pokemon music in general is quite good. In the movies, well, I only know about the first three ones. I've seen other movies as well, but the first three ones are my absolute favorite because I grew up watching them. I've seen those first three in movie theaters and they are just very nostalgic to me. So to me, they are always the best ones. But the music in those is very good. The music in the anime is quite good, and the game music especially is good. Pokemon does really good job with the game music. It always hits. In regards to Lugia, I don't know how to put it, but it is so mysterious in a way. I think the Pokemon 2000 Power of One is my favorite of the three movies. Or is it? I'm not really sure. I'd have to really think about that. But Lugia is definitely my favorite legendary Pokemon. And the illustrator of that immersive Lugia art was Sie Nanahara. Now, this Jumpluff EX card I do love as well. This one I don't have in any of my decks, even though the Jumpluff EX is quite good. And I've seen a lot of people using it because the Breeze By attack is amazing for the free switch. Jumpluff isn't even one of my favorite Pokemon. It's Cutie Pie, that's for sure. But I don't know, something about this art, you know, you are in the sky looking down. It's amazing. Shiny and pretty. Now, I do want to show this Nidoqueen because, I don't know, mother with two of her cubs is heartwarming. And then the Marill one is fun. It's just a bunch of little Marills hanging around in the water. Cute. And then Alolan Vulpix is amazing art. This one really strikes me. I don't know, maybe because we are headed towards the winter. I just really like it. Alolan Vulpix is definitely my preferred choice of the two, although the OG Vulpix is, you know, she came first and she's the queen for that. But I really like Alolan Vulpix, and especially this art with the frozen river, tiny little Vulpix jumping on those rocks or whatever they are. And you know, there are snow, there are trees, I don't know, it's just very lovely and it's very simple. The color scheme is very simple because it's mostly white, but that gives it the cold atmosphere. And Glacian, again, ice, I like it a lot. This is something that I use in my decks sometimes. And the Espeon is amazing. The illustrator for this one is just Rika. Sakura always does it for me. Like the Sakura tree in the background and the Sakura leaves, I think it's just beautiful. It's very whimsical and magical. Espeon is a lovely Pokemon as well. I do like evolutions. Espeon, Sylveon, and Vaporeon are probably my favorite ones. Those are all created by the same person. And I do want to shout out this Alcremie card as well. Switch Overload can be very useful in the game. I haven't used it, but I've lost to a lot of Alcremie users. Alcremie is a sweet Pokemon, it's a dessert Pokemon, so obviously the background of this card is very desserty. There are cakes, macarons, cupcakes. I like it. I'm a dessert person myself, so I think it's fun. And there is this heart made of whipped cream as well. And I have to also show this regular Blastoise because the Blastoise EX isn't necessarily my favorite design, but the regular one is cooler. I like it more than the EX one. So there we go. Those are my favorite cards. I do really like the Pokemon TCG Pocket. As I mentioned, I play it quite often, but I also do like to just look at the cards sometimes. Looking beautiful art is fun, and even though it's, on my phone, it's still fun. I'm not really a physical card collector. I did have quite the collection as a child, and I think most people did. I'm a 90s kid. Pokemon was just very popular when it came about, and I had a lot of Pokemon cards. I don't have them anymore, which is a shame. We grow out of things and then we regret that later, and that is the case for me. I regret not having all those beautiful Pokemon cards that I had back then. But I remember I had these phases where I really wanted to collect water types because, as I mentioned, I do like Misty. So I had the most beautiful water cards when we traded with my friends. And I don't have any of those anymore, so that's a shame. But I haven't bought any decks, as an adult. And I'm not sure if I will. Sure, it would be nice to look at the physical cards. But for now, I really like the TCG Pocket version as well. And the illustrations are amazing. I do like to yap about these things a bit, so if you made it this far, please tell me what are your favorite Pokemon or arts in the TCG? And what are your favorite decks? Do you like to use the legendaries, or do you just go by with what you prefer? I personally do that. I think it's more fun to play when I just get to use my favorite Pokemon and my favorite illustrations, even though that wouldn't guarantee any wins. But like I mentioned, I do have 2 favorite decks that actually do rack up some wins as well. And I do love all those cards too. Thanks for watching. Bye!